covering all your local high school football games with highlights and scores. Now, Football Friday, brought to you by Alabama Credit Union.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome in to week number 3 of WVUA 23's Football Friday, presented by Alabama Credit Union. Visit alabamacu.com to learn more Alabama Credit Union loans for real life. Well, we've got highlights from 12 high school football games tonight, plus, of course, our complete DCH Football Friday high school scoreboard and college football at the end of the show. And we begin with our Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports Game of the Week.
Now, the Game of the Week, sponsored by Tuscaloosa Tourism and Sports.
And what a game it was. 4A Region 5, Gordo at Northside. Gordo #1 in the state in 4A. Tanner Bailey comes out slinging, but it's picked off. The Rams tonight, let me tell you something, they were pumped up in Northside. It was standing room only. They wanted this one bad. After the pick, Braden Green delivers a strike to Logan Sullivan. He's open in the end zone. What a beautiful night. Look at that crowd. Braden Green to Sullivan. Northside has the lead in the second half. Here comes Northside again. Score tied at 6. But the Rams get it in for the touchdown, and they go for 2 and lead 14-6. Gordo, though, you know they're going to come back. Bailey to Cole Somerville. And look at Somerville. I mean, he reminds me of A.J. Brown right there for the Titans. He goes in for the touchdown. Here it is right here. That set up the first catch set up the touchdown. Here's the touchdown. Gordo goes for 2 to try to tie it, and the Northside defense gets the sack. The ball comes out. Northside wins it. What a win tonight. Let's check out the final. 14-12. The Rams shocked the Green Wave. Oh my gosh, they are partying in Samantha tonight. Huge win for Chris Hilliker's club over #1 ranked Gordo, 14-12. What a game for our game of the week. Well, speaking of great games, let me remind you what happened last year when Hillcrest played at Wetumpka.
Seiler now running around. Seiler fakes the pitch, now pitches it back to Ethan. Ethan pitches it back to Andre.
There it is.
It's fumbled on the ground. It's picked up by an offensive lineman and still going.
Oh.
And with Ethan Crawford with the ball,
He's
to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 50, the 10, and touchdown Patriots! Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! I have never seen anything like that before. Hillcrest wins!
Oh my God!
Now, you have to know, Hillcrest won the game 35-30. That play actually lasted more than a minute. I showed you the last half of it. Here they are tonight down at Hillcrest, and 4th and goal, and Ethan Crawford is the equalizer. You go for it on 4th and goal when you got #3 because he can do that. Just takes it himself, gets it into the end zone, 7-0 Patriots. The Indians, though, answer quickly as their quarterback, Nathan Rogers. He's as quick as a cat, and he's gone to the house, breaking some ankles along the way. That would be a touchdown, but they would miss the extra point. 7-6 now. Here comes Crawford, this time using his arm to senior receiver Jaquan Sturdivant, made it 14-6. And as we check out the final, Hillcrest does not need the last play miracle tonight. They win it the old-fashioned way in 4 quarters, 17-6. Big win for the Patriots over the Wetumpka Indians. Class 6A Region 4, Paul Bryant at home versus McAdory. The Yellow Jackets of McAdory, they're really good this year. They started off fast. Cameron Shepard handed off to Peyton Ryans, and he gets it in for a touchdown for the Yellow Jackets. Later in the first quarter, Shepard this time gives it to Roderick Thomas. They've got a bruising ground game. Power football into the end zone. 6 more for the Yellow Jackets, and they just keep running the ball. Ryan scores another touchdown. They're up 28-3, but the Stampede, they always fight you. Eldrick Hill's team fights you to the very end. Ensuing kickoff, Jordan Louis takes it, and Jordan Louis has got some speed. And you know what they say, speed kills. Cuts it back, gets it down to the 2-yard line. Bryant would score on the next play, but McAdory hangs on to win it. The Stampede gave them a game. They came back, but McAdory too much tonight here in Tuscaloosa. 42-23 over Paul Bryant. 4A Region 3, ACA hosting Sumter Central. Now, Sumter Central did not play their first 2 games. They forfeited them, but they played tonight. They showed up. Give them credit. They've been dealing with some COVID issues, but Sawyer Dearman and the Patriots, they were focused on getting a win. He hands it off to Christian Davis, 7-0. And then Chance Henderson on the other end of that one for a patch touchdown. Still in the first quarter, Dearman again to Colby Prescott, who scores another touchdown for ACA. And then Dearman will find Alex Pace, as the Patriots were keeping pace all night long. One more time, it's Dearman. So athletic. Buying time, and then finding Henderson in the end zone, 32-0. ACA goes on to win it tonight, 42-0 over the Sumter Central Jaguars. Patriots take it big here in Tuscaloosa. Well, 4 games down, but still 8 games to go here on WVUA 23's Football Friday, presented by Alabama Credit Union. Still to come, the juggernaut known as the Thompson Warriors had not given up a point this season. Would Spain Park change that? But first, 3-0 Northridge look to stay perfect tonight with a road win over at Bessemer City. Highlights are on the way next when we return to WVUA 23's Football Friday.
Hi, we're the Central High School cheerleaders, and you're watching Football Friday on WVUA 23.
And the Central Falcons cheerleaders bring us back into Football Friday here on WVUA 23. Our cheerleaders are brought to you each week by Pool and Patio Center. I'm Gary Harris. Now, the Northridge Jaguars are off to a 3-0 start this season, and tonight the Jags traveled to Bessemer City for Class 6A Region 4 contest. And on the first play of the game, Northridge, Corey White, well, actually it's the kickoff, the opening kickoff, is going to pick it up off the ground. And it looks like Corey White has gone to the house. He did, but there was a yellow handkerchief on the ground, and that means it comes back, but no problem. Lyric Street caps off a drive to make it 7-0. The Jags sniffing 4-0, and then Colin Shelnut to Christopher Jack in the end zone to make it 14-0 Jags. And on the next drive, Bessemer City has problems holding on to the football. You know what they say? Possession of the football is the most important thing in football, but the Jags get on top of it, and Northridge is 4-0. As we check out the final, they win it 42-20 Northridge over Bessemer City tonight. All right, staying in Bessemer, the Wright brothers, Josh and Jonathan, coaching against each other as Bessemer Academy hosted Tuscaloosa Academy. Late in the second quarter, TA, Jordan Evans finds Wilson King. He goes up and gets it. That's the first touchdown of the game. But TA was just getting started. In the third quarter, TA is driving, but the ball is going to squirt out. And actually, this is a pick right here by Tuscaloosa Academy. Now, TA with the ball. And David McNeil to Jack Standifer. Stand up and be counted. More like go up in the air and be counted. Great grab by Standifer, and look at this. Huge win tonight for TA as they win it 27-6. Tuscaloosa Academy over Bessemer Academy. So Josh gets the better of his brother Jonathan. And remember, Josh coached at BA for 13 seasons before he came to TA. What a game tonight. All right, Sipsey Valley, the Bears hosting the Demopolis Tigers tonight. Tigers up big in the second quarter, but the Bears are showing some fight with this strike down the right sideline. Nice throw and catch. Demopolis, though, would hold as they get the sack. That Demopolis defense, always strong. They love their football down there in Demopolis, and then Demopolis drives it down on offense and gets a touchdown. That made it 35-0. And DeMott goes on to roll tonight over Sipsey Valley by the final score of 60-12. All right, Carbon Hill hosting Vinemont up in Walker County. Carbon Hill trailing early in the first half, but they know what to do. They give it to their workhouse. Devin Daniels, he's going to tie it up at 8. And then Vinemont quarterback, it's a 9/11 reference right there. Remember, tomorrow is the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Kobe Miller finds some running room, but he can't hold on to the ball. And Isaiah Thompson recovers it for the Bulldogs. Back to Daniels. And look at the nifty footwork. Not only does he have power, he's got quick feet too. I mean, the guy is a load. And then Clay Tittle to Cameron DeJesus for 6, and it's 14-14. Then DeJesus on a tip ball scores again, 22-14. But Vinemont came roaring back as Caden Henderson finds the end zone. 22-22 at the half, but as we check out the final, Vinemont gets the victory tonight, 30-22, the final score. All right, when we come back, Spain Park attempting to become the first team this season to score on the Thompson Warriors. And the Cordova Blue Devils traveled south to John Carroll Catholic High School to play the John Carroll Cavaliers. Highlights are on the way when we return to Football Friday here on WVUA 23.
Hey, we're the whole high school cheerleaders watching Football Friday on WVUA 23.
And thanks to the Holt High School cheerleaders, all of our cheerleaders, because they do great work, just like the football players do. All right, through 3 games, the Thompson Warriors were 3-0 and had outscored their opponents by a total of 168-0. So it was a tall task for the Spain Park Jaguars tonight as they traveled to Alabaster to take on those Warriors. Our Stu McCann on hand and Mercer football staff. They play at Alabama tomorrow. One of their assistants out scouting some talent. Gosh knows Thompson's got a lot of it. And Thompson, they don't waste much time. Justin Pegues on the punt return picks it up off the bounce and just blows past everybody. That made it 14-0 Warriors. Still in the first quarter, Thompson quarterback Connor Harrell, one of the best. Can't find anybody, but it does not matter because he pulls it down and just shakes off tacklers like it's nobody's business until he's in the end zone for the touchdown, 21-0. Second quarter now, and it's the defense. And this Thompson's defense is, they are smothering. Jeremiah Alexander, an Alabama commitment, watch him there off the edge, just play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. He just collapses the offensive tackle in the backfield and makes the play. Warriors up 28-3 in the second quarter, and Brandon Franklin around left end right into your living room. That makes it 35-3, but you did hear me say 3. It was Spain Park. As we check out the final, give them credit. They scored. They actually scored. Braxton Sumter, a 41-yard field goal for Spain Park. So I hate to say that's a moral victory, but they become the first team to score on Thompson this year. But the Warriors keep right on rolling in 7A Region 3. All right, Oak Mountain at Vestavia Hills. Unbeaten Oak Mountain. Boy, they got a good team. The Eagles, wow, big hit right there. Evan Smith gets his helmet knocked off, but he just keeps on coming. Evan Smith's a player. He makes them pay here with his arm. Touchdown pass to Ethan Hammett. The Eagles are rolling. This offense is electrifying when it's clicking. Look no further than this. Smith will evade the rush, rolls left, just heaves it up, and Joseph Reagan pulls it down. Oak Mountain wins over Vestavia, 24-14. The Eagles, look out. They are unbeaten this season. All right, the Spartans and the Vikings. How about that? Mountain Brook hosting Huffman, showing off a brand new video board. Costs $400,000, 36 feet high, 46 feet wide. Mountain Brook has a stingy defense. Vikings trying to run the option, but they go nowhere. You'll get nothing like it. Jaquarius Sword, though, goes up and gets that one. And Huffman has the early lead. The Spartans try to answer back. Trenton Wright takes the snap and gets it right down inside the 5. George Kane is going to cap off the drive. And Mountain Brook goes ahead and pours it on. Let's check out the final. 48-7. Look at the Spartans over the Vikings tonight over there at Mountain Brook. All right, it was homecoming tonight for John Carroll Catholic as they played host to Cordova. Cavs up 15-0. But Cordova helps out that John Carroll defense. They cough it up, and Lawrence Chambers scoops it up and takes it in for the touchdown. 22-0. John Carroll Cavaliers on top. Late in the fourth, John Carroll deep in its own territory, but Carson McFadden airs it out. Christian Harper with the nice grab, 45-yard reception. Later on the same drive, Harper on the little shuffle pass, makes a couple of guys miss, cuts, spins. This might be the play of the night right here. He's going to wind up getting that football in the end zone. John Carroll wins it tonight. Big over Cordova, 29-0. That's the last score we had, at least in the fourth. But look like Cordova was on their way to an easy victory tonight. Well, still to come on Football Friday, the Mercer Bears face the long odds and then some tomorrow against top-ranked Alabama. But first, still wondering how your favorite team did this evening? Want to know more? We'll have all the scores next on the DCH scoreboard. As Football Friday will continue right after this break. You know now why they call them the Flying Falcons marching band at Central High School. They know how to break it down. And they're our band of the week. Welcome back to Football Friday. It's time now to check in on some area scores from all across West Alabama. Let's turn our attention to the DCH scoreboard. All right, let's get right to it. Hewitt-Trussville tonight at home. No problems with Tuscaloosa County High. Adam Weingarten rebuilding in his first season. Wildcats fall 42-7. Hueytown pasted Brookwood tonight. Panthers fall 54-0 to the Golden Gophers. It was Bibb County, a big win at home over Montevallo, 35-13. Pickens County over Marion County up in Reform, 42-12. Berry in a slobber knocker. Old-fashioned defensive game over Hubbardville. What a game, 8-6. Big win for Berry. Hale County shuts out Prattville Christian, 42-0. Curry, no match at home for Fayette County. Walden Tucker's team with a big win on the road, 48-zip. And Meek wins at South Lamar, 32-26 the final. Also tonight, Aliceville over Selledge at 44-28. Lamar County wins at Winston County 34-0. It was Hamilton winning on the road at Oak Grove 23-13. Good Hope over Haleyville 48-20. Winfield road win at Oakman 54-14. And Midfield a tight win over Addison 30-28. Pickens Academy wins at Snook Academy 34-0. And Tuscaloosa Christian a 1-point win on the road at Cornerstone 14-13 the final. And Hoover, no problems with Gadsden City. The Bucks close one at half, but they pull away in the second half to win it 44-17. And it was Homewood, 2-point winner at Chelsea, 37-35. Helena shuts out Benjamin Russell down in Alex City, 32-0. And you don't see it on your scoreboard, but J.B. Pennington tonight, a big win over Holly Pond, 49-6. And that will close the book on our high school coverage. But when we come back, Mercer faces the longest of odds against the Crimson Tide. And Mac Jones is ready to take over the reins of the New England Patriots as a starting rookie quarterback. More Football Friday is on the way.
We're the Jasper Cheerleaders, and you're watching Football Friday on WVUA.
And welcome back to Football Friday, presented by Alabama Credit Union. I'm Gary Harris. It's time to talk some college football right now. The Mercer Bears face the longest of odds tomorrow. Out of the Southern Conference FCS, they're 56.5-point underdogs against Alabama tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock at Bryant-Denny Stadium on the SEC Network. But their second-year head coach, Drew Cronick, I really like this guy. He has turned that program around in a hurry. He understands what his team is up against, but I tell you what, he and his players are excited and ready to go.
A great opportunity. You get to go measure yourself against the best team in the country, you know, and like I told my guys earlier this week, there's a lot of kids that think they deserve a chance to play in the NFL and all this other stuff. That's what you got this weekend. You got a chance to go see if you measure up, and if you don't go out there and do exactly what you're supposed to do, and play fundamentally sound and do it exactly right, then it gets ugly real quick.
In the NFL, Mac Jones will begin his career this Sunday at home as the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots against Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. Now, Jones was selected by the Pats with the 15th overall pick in the first round of the NFL draft with an eye towards the future, but the future came sooner than expected when he beat out veteran Cam Newton for the starting job. Mac was asked this week, what are his expectations? What's he looking for? What's he feel like he needs to do in this first NFL start?
You know, I just got to be prepared and focus on what I need to focus on and just try and block out any distractions and just, like I always say, be a good teammate, just roll with the punches. Everything's not going to be perfect, and you just try and have to play each play and move on.
So Mack and Toole will face off. Jalen Hurts will be the starting quarterback for the Eagles against the Falcons. All three of them were on the same team at Alabama. And for Mac Jones, he's the first rookie starter in Bill Belichick's head coaching career. All right, that is going to do it for Football Friday. I want to thank all of our great sponsors, Alabama Credit Union, DCH, Tuscaloosa Tourism Sports, and Pool and Patio. A reminder, Crimson Tide kickoff tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. live from right here at Bryant Denny Stadium. Join us for that. We'll have all your Alabama Mercer preview stuff. Now we're going to close it out. Thanks to all the good people that make this show possible, and thank you for watching Football Friday right here on WVUA 23. Have a good night.